Hey Pisces, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on this video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Excuse me. Today we are going to be going over the energies that are coming through the year 2026 for the Pisces Collective. I'm going to be taking a look at the energies that the Pisces need to be aware of, to be open for, to be cautious of, and to receive during the year 2026. We're going to be going over the kind of overall theme and main energies happening in 2026. And then we'll be going into more details with the tarot on how each season will be treating us. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading and the messages that come out of it. If you hear any banging, that's my heater. So please bear with that. It's mad brick outside. Right. Okay, Spirit, and let me get one more. Pisces Collective. Pisces Collective. All right. So, first card we have is Reason. Listen to advice, think clearly, intellect, along with Death and the Maiden. Invasion, boundaries violated, dominance. So this actually feels like a really healing year for the Pisces Collective. It seems for a lot of you, you are actually breaking a lot of bad habits and also bringing closure and peace to certain cycles that were very toxic for you. Or this could also be, let me just say, like, I wouldn't say like you needed to find the reason, but you do find the right reasons to make certain choices that at least that makes sense to you, to let certain people and certain things go. Especially with the Death and the Maiden card here, this feels like this has been an energy, either through a person, multiple people, or environment or situation that has been invasive in your energy. That has been, what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like a really intense leeching energy that has been going around the Pisces Collective. And it looks like within 2026, Pisces are being released from that leeched connection or that leech attachment. I need to find a little, I need to pull another card because I'm like, this reason feels a little incomplete. Let me get another card, Spirit. Okay, very nice. We have She Who Sees. Makita, observe, perceive, scrutinize. A lot of you are coming into a lot of clarity and truth on certain people, situations, and environments. You are starting to see, how do you want me to put this, Spirit? It seems that for 2026, a lot of you Pisces are recognizing a dark pattern within certain people or environments, and you are now, it's kind of like you're putting the puzzle pieces together, or you're connecting the dots on why certain things have, oh, okay, Spirit. Okay, what's happening in 2026 for the Pisces Collective is that you're finally connecting the dots of why certain situations or manifestations have not been coming through, and you're finally getting rid of like the common denominator of why this is happening. I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, for definitely quite a couple of years, you have realized, like, why haven't I really gotten my spark back? Why certain things are not flowing like they used to. And it's because, well, I feel for a lot of you Pisces, you have been aware of this leech energy. You just didn't know either where it was coming from or how to deal with it. But with the She Who Sees here, for 2026, again, you're connecting the dots and you're finding, I guess, instead of the reasons, you're finding the solutions, or you're seeing the answers that you need in order to make the necessary steps to remove yourself from these toxic energies. I also see a lot of insight and intuition enhancing over 2026. Excuse me. I'm being told for 2026, it is important for the Pisces to really work on your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very important for this year. It kind of reminds me of how this year, for 2025, I was doing a lot of readings, and how this energy of the dark collective has been trying to influence the collective to come and join them. And this definitely feels like it was very heavy for the Pisces collective, because the dark collective knows that there are certain zodiacs that are very powerful when it comes to kind of, I would say, in a way, manipulating realities. And definitely Pisces is one of those key energies when it comes to manipulating realities. And that's probably why certain things have not been working out for you for the past, couple of months, couple of years. It's because your energy is being used for others, for their reality to be warped, for their wishes, for their dreams, for their manifestations to come true, while you're just becoming a spiritual battery. And again, with 2026, you're starting to see sort of like how the system works, or at least how they have developed a system into draining your energy. And then you are going to be receiving the insights and necessary steps to get out of this leech energy. All right, let's go into the seasons. I'm going to use the Crow cards to see what's going on. All right, let me get... Oh, that's way too many, Spirit. Okay, let me get 31. Right, very nice. And one more. Okay, I'm going to take these two. I don't usually do, but I feel called. Come on. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to lie. This feels like it's going to be a energetically intense year for the Pisces collective, but it's something that we're not going to be able to like submit to. It definitely feels powerful, but we're more powerful. So, from winter to spring of 2026, I have the shadow card here. This feels very heavily of the dark collective. Now, I feel at the beginning of the year, the dark collective is going to be coming in to try to take a hold on the Pisces collective strongly, because as certain people are awakening and becoming themselves and connecting to the divine, the fears, the manipulations, the illusions that the dark collective has placed in this world is weakening. So where are they going to go to turn to? The ones that can alter reality. And that's the Pisces collective, or at least one of the zodiacs that are able to do that. So this shadow energy is going to be coming in to try to put up a fight. This really feels like a video game kind of boss energy, where it's kind of like you're in the middle of the game and then like a powerful energy comes in to stop the protagonist. This definitely feels very strong for that for the beginning of 2026. However, I do see that with this shadow energy, for you in the Pisces collective, you have been able to observe and somewhat also absorb and understand the dark collective's energy and their ways of working. And because you have been able to do that, you will be able to protect yourself. It's like you maybe, hold on, spirit. How do you want me to say this? I see. You have been, like, for maybe for some of you with the collective, you have been in the clutches of the dark collective for quite a while, that you're able to pick up their patterns, their habits, their strengths and their weaknesses without having yourself compromised. You kind of just play, you just kind of play along to give the trust of your enemies, or for the enemies to trust you. That's kind of the energy that I've been getting for a while. But it seems like with the beginning of 2026, they're going to seem to kind of catch on, and they're going to try to double down on whatever grasp. But I do see that within the winter season, the Pisces collective is breaking out of it. Next, with spring into summer, I have the mirror card here. So with this mirror card here, it feels like a lot of healing and reflective energy, kind of trying to come back into your rhythm, trying to come back into your balance, but also realizing the energies that you had to endure, that you had to be resilient over. It's definitely like for the springtime, it's like a healing and reflecting energy. And I do feel that by our season, going from from early February to the end of March, we're going to be in a time that we're just like regaining and strengthening our conscious spirit. How do you want me to say that? Not conscious, more like our intuition. Just coming back to our spiritual bodies and coming back into our power, but also understanding like the light within the dark and the dark within the light. You know, going back with the shadow energy for the winter of 2026, it's this energy of understanding the enemy, and you know, kind of like placing yourself in the enemy's shoes, but not becoming the enemy. You're just understanding, you know, why the darkness works the way it works and why it chose you to like supplement themselves. This could be in the form of like a family member, this could be a form of a friend, this could be a form of a work environment where you have spent a lot of your time and effort and energies with this person or with these people, but you have not really received anything like worthy of your time, like no increases, no bonuses, no recognition, but others are getting that. And you are like, you know what, let me just play the hard game. Let me play the game that everyone else is playing, and let me see what's going on. Now that you're understanding the rules, the cheats, and the secrecy, and you're able to get out of it, now you have to kind of like, in a way, reprocess your mindset and your energy, so that way your vibrations and frequencies are not matching of the dark collective. I also feel for a lot of you during the springtime, it's going to be really important for the Pisces collective to really cleanse, heavily cleanse your energy. And especially like around our season, that's where we're transitioning into Aries, you know, the beginning of spring. And technically, that's like the beginning of the zodiac year. So it's important that within our season and going into Aries season, that we remain cleansing our aura, cleansing our connections, cleansing our energy. A lot of cleanse, because this energy has been on us and with us for quite a while. Now, from summer into from summer into fall, I have the voice card here. So I see throughout the summer and going into like September, maybe into Virgo season, a lot of healing and strengthening of the throat chakra. And we're very masterful at that. So with the throat chakra, it's all about authenticity and speaking speaking something of power into existence. And I feel that by the summer of 2026, Pisces is definitely having their power restored, having their manifestations restored, having their, or at least their energy to manifest restored. A lot of restoration and a lot of enhancement of that power. Very, very like, especially after an intense winter and spring. But basically, I'm not going to lie, like the first half of 2026, it's definitely going to be intense. But again, Pisces, you are going to be able to come out of it. It just looks like for the spring and the summer, you are going to have to really cleanse and strengthen yourself again. But I do see that with this voice card here, we are coming back to our flow of serenity, our flow of surrender, and the flow of the divine and of our higher self. And then last, for fall into winter of 2026, I have the illusion, and then I have the fight. Now, this is the Pisces collective back in action, back in their power, back in their divinity, and ready to take down the last, I guess you could say, like, final boss of 2026, or, taking down the last of like taking down the last of the dark collective that has been in Pisces life. Especially with this fight card here, it's like you are ready to battle. You are ready to take down the dark forces in your life. You are confronting this illusion and you are dissolving it with the power that was able to be restored during the spring and summer. So it's going to be an interesting energy towards like the holiday season for Pisces, but you're basically regulating these dark energies. You, like I said, you're back in action. You're back in your power. You are back in your flow. You are in your dominant force, or you are enforcing dominant energies upon others. Be careful though. You don't want to be dominant over people that have not done wrong to that haven't done wrong to you. You are enforcing dominance over those who have wronged you. Because especially with the beginning of 2026, and with these cards as well, you're realizing like you got played. Someone, did a one up over you. Someone played in your face. And you know what? Maybe in the beginning of the year, you're going to be like, all right. I see how it is. I see how it goes. Pretend like you're going to let it go. But at the end of 2026, you're like, oh, you thought I forgot? Oh, you have thought wrong. And it's like, I will not say it's like holding a grudge is bad, but I do sense for 2026, Spirit is kind of giving a little bit of leniency of this grudge energy, because Spirit knows that the Pisces collective is going to deliver the this karmic energy back. How we're going to do it is going to be up to you and your situation. As long as it's not done with violence or with the intentions of hurt or unaliving people, do what needs to be done. It kind of feels like at the end of the year, like not even the end of the year, like the first half of the year, it's like, acknowledging that you got played, but then the other half of the year is going to be like your revenge time or your revenge time. And like I said, like I know it's not good to take revenge or avenge, but Spirit is going to kind of give some type of permission or curve wing, the way I'm seeing it, for the Pisces to do or to take some type of vengeance. Now, that vengeance is going to be like I said, it's going to be different for other, Pisces through the collective. Maybe for some of you, it's like you are taking vengeance by, becoming your best version of yourself, doing a better job than other people have done. Even for some Pisces, like you are going to be having a whole makeover throughout the year because maybe your ex or people have ridiculed how you look. So now, towards the end of the year, but don't do it just only because other people make fun of you. If you're taking care of yourself, do it for you and only for you. However, you are going to be showing people like this is what you're missing. Now, let's get into more detail with some tarot. Okay, very cool. Okay, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. And I also say this too because with this fight and this illusion card, Spirit is like granting you the energy or the specific energy to remove this illusion or like to get some type of vengeance back. All right. Hold on. Forgot to do one more. My leg. Okay. Let me take a sip of water. So, for winter into spring of 2026, with the shadow, I have the Four of Cups here. This is going to be a dark offer coming in. And this dark offer, or whatever this offer is to lure you back into the hands of the dark collective. They are sensing that they are losing their grip on you, their energy, they're losing their connection and influence over you. So with this Four of Cups, they're going to be coming in with like a sweet deal. Maybe for some of you, it's your partner coming back saying, oh, this was a mistake. I'm not going to cheat on you again. I wasn't thinking clearly. I love you. I'm only human. Or what's that ridiculous one? Like this was just part of my karmic test and I'm sorry I failed. Like they're going to likely use some type of spiritual, they're going to try to involve spirituality with you taking them back. For some of you, this could be family members that are noticing you have been distant with them. They're going to try to want to, break bread with you again, but you know that they have done some dirty shit to you. For some of you in the Pisces collective, this is you wanting to walk away from whatever job and position, but they're giving kind of like empty promises. So like, oh, by the second quarter of the year, we'll get you a bonus and stuff. It's empty lies, emptiness. It is just sweet nothings, just energy for you to stay. Let me get a clarification with this Four of Cups. Yeah, with the Four of Cups, I have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy here. So but in this case, they want us to remain complicit, to surrender to whatever plans or ideas that they have for us. Again, they're going to be bringing in some type of offer and you are supposed to easily surrender to whatever that they're claiming that they're going to give to you in the future, or whatever empty promises that they are making. As long as you remain in this state, for the Dark Collective, they will continue harnessing your energy because they know you are a spiritual battery. You are a divine source of energy for the Dark Collective to thrive. Now, with spring into summer, with the mirror, I have the Five of Swords. Okay, something told me, Spirit told me this is you kind of playing their game, or giving the enemy a taste of their own medicine. Because you have reflected enough through the winter and early spring of the actions and the behavior that these people have done to you. So now you are delivering a taste of their own medicine, and they are in distraught. Maybe for some of you, it's like delivering a taste of their own medicine. It's just you walking away, or you saying something that they would say to you, to them. And they're like, what? Why would you say that? How could you say that to me? That doesn't sound like you. You know what? If someone says that doesn't sound like you, immediately cut them off. Because that means I want you to sound like the submissive and suppressed version of yourself, so I can continue infringing on your energy. But because over the spring, you have reflected on your energy and what you know you can do and what you can't do, you're confident enough to deliver, this sass back, I guess you could say. Let's make it an extra card for the Five of Wands. Oh, wait, that's way too many, Spirit. So with the Five of Swords, I have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're going to be delivering this attack like quickly and swiftly. They're not going to be able to see this coming. Yeah, okay. The way, sorry, the way in my head it's playing, this situation is playing, it's like you are defeating the final boss, but they get weakened, so they do something to distract you so they can get away. So I do feel like within the first half of 2026, whatever you say or you do is going to immediately cause a havoc or a reckoning with this dark collective or this person in your life, and they're going to have to retreat. But make no mistake, they will be coming back. It kind of reminds me a little bit on the collective 2026 reading I did. Definitely go check that out. And it was this energy of, I do see for 2026, for the collective in general, there are going to be a lot of wins. However, the dark collective is going to be working strongly to suppress and go after people. But I do see here within the half of 2026, and whatever situation that you're dealing with, Pisces, the dark collective is going to have to retreat for a bit, because they're not going to see this attack coming. They're not going to see this energy that you're delivering to them. Like at this point, you kind of still have them asleep, but they're going to still try to make sure to maintain your energy. Now, with summer into fall, with the voice, I have Temperance and I have the Three of Wands. I love this energy together here because, especially with the voice card, it's about healing and harmonizing, and you're becoming one with yourself again, becoming one with your higher self, becoming one with your intuition, or strengthening your intuition, becoming one with God once more. You are healing your spiritual connections, your intuition. I also see a lot of physical healing and well-being coming into the other half of 2026. Again, definitely a lot of restoration, a lot of new insight and energies on how to manage and deal with this. I would say for some of you, like, this could be a new power that you are being delivered in 2026 and using it against the dark collective, whatever the case is. And, I kind of say maybe when the first time you use it, it's like super raw and unfiltered. But by the end of the summer and going into fall, you're now mastering that energy, mastering, how to tame whatever new power or new ability that you have. This kind of also feels like a new form of manifestation that the Pisces collective is going to be coming in. And for each and every one of us, we have to master this new ability in our own special way. Let me get an extra card for, okay, what do we got here? Very nice. I have the Empress. This is like, we're so back, baby. We are so back. This is really becoming the master manifestors, like claiming back our throne, claiming back our energy, claiming back our birthright, our scepter, our crown, everything that we are meant to have. You're claiming everything that you're meant to have, taking it away from the dark collective. You're like, nope, no more great, no more, free rides on me, no more, siphoning my energy. The dark collective has made themselves very comfortable in your throne, but I see you are claiming it back and more. And then last, from fall to winter of 2026, we have the Nine of Cups. Great energy to end the year. Not only you are powerful, magical, and mystical again, but I see with this Nine of Cups, not Cups, Nine of Cups, a grand victory of overcoming whatever illusions and obstacles the dark collective has been sending to the Pisces. I see again, like, this is, I guess, towards like the final battle of the boss fight. And now they think, oh, I know what you're capable of. I know how to strike you down. No, you, again, with this fight card here, you have now mastered the energies of manifestations. You have mastered your intuitive powers. You have mastered your connections to your higher self and your divine team. So they are no match for you. You are going to be like smacking down this energy once and for all, and they're not going to get back up. Now, let me pull an extra card. But yes, with this Nine of Cups, it's definitely like, I would say almost like an easy victory at the end of the year. Because again, the energies that you had to endure and the energies that you had to absorb and learn and relearn and master, that when this energy tries to come for you, you're just going to easily smack it down. All right. I have the Queen of Swords. You are going to, get it together. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly where to strike. You know exactly where their weakness is. And if they sort of moved it, you already know that hidden spot. You already know all the hiding places and secrecies and nooks that the enemy has put themselves in. You already know the master points of where to strike. You already know all of the ways to defend and deflect whatever attacks that they send to you. You are like a master in this battlefield. And because of that, that also gears you up for 2027. Because also in the 2026 collective reading, there is other energies that are going to be coming in. And Spirit is saying, have your celebrations, but also be grounded and continue to be strong, because the war is not over yet. But I do see with the Pisces collective for 2026, you are, it's like you're gathering intel for the other zodiacs on how to deal with the dark collective. Like, unfortunately, it feels like the Pisces were kind of like the martyrs of being captive with the dark collective. But in a way, how can I put this? God is like telling me, like, the reason why God had put the Pisces collective in this situation is because God not only trusts that we will remain true to ourselves and true to our divine missions, but He is also aware that we can also tap into our own darkness, into our own twistedness, and, understand and, in a way, become our own hidden enemies, and we are able to get out of it. We do not allow these dark energies to consume us and to possess us. We are aware about it. Yes, some of us do tap into it, but we don't allow it to control us or to manipulate us. We know right from wrong. So that's why, if for some of you Pisces, if you felt like you've been dragged through the damn mud and blades and spikes, it's because God knows, like, we know you can handle it. But because of going through the blades and the spikes and the mud and all of that and the spit on the floor, you are becoming a stronger version of yourself. And you're going to be no match for these energies that try to come for you in 2026. Now, I see a lot of wands. I see cups. And I don't see any pentacles, which is interesting. However, with the Empress card here, if you are worried about money, you don't have to worry about money for 2026. Like, by the middle of the year, you're going to be like, I'm manifesting a full wallet. The wallet is full of money. I'm manifesting my bank account to be restored. Bank account restored. Like, money is not going to be an issue for you this year. So with that said, let's wrap up this reading for the Pisces collective. All right, Spirit is telling me to take these two. So I have the Silent along with the Watery. You are mastering, again, your divine talents, skills, powers, and abilities, Pisces. This year, you are just a divine force not to be reckoned with. But with this Silent card here, I'm being told, know when to move in silence throughout 2026. It's like, know when to attack and know when to move in silence. And I feel strongly for the beginning of 2026, you're going to have to move in silence. So that way you're able to pinpoint the weaknesses and secrets of the Dark Collective or your hidden enemies or whatever environment or situation that you are dealing with. It's important that you are not seen or caught by those who have been suspicious of your energy. You're gonna, again, like, you're gonna probably play into the hands of the enemy, do a little song, do a little dance, be like, hey, I'm cool with you, but you're like, I'm slowly plotting your downfall. But yeah, and then especially with this Watery card here, again, just being in our element, flowing into our divinity, flowing into our power, flowing who we are meant to be. It is all coming together. Pisces, I am so grateful for you, including myself as a Pisces. I'm so grateful that we are, really reeling in our stuff together and claiming back what is ours. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insight and messages. I would truly appreciate it, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. And thank you to the new and current viewers and subscribers for coming back to my channel to hear my insight and messages. I hope that my readings are giving you the answers and clarity that you seek for the year to come. And if this reading did not resonate, no worries. Check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. Pisces, this is going to be your comeback year. This is going to be a very powerful and I would say, quite intense year. But the intensity, if we want to, we can thrive in it. And I also remember for some time ago reading about Pisces was kind of like in an intense cycle. And I think with Saturn or like a couple of other planets, and we're finally breaking free from that cycle. And it's just, again, this very powerful restorative energy coming in, understanding things about ourselves, the good and the bad, understanding those who have done wrong and why, and taking action against it. Because again, I'm really strongly feel for the other half of 2026, it's like, it's time to deliver the karmic package that is due. And I don't see any other zodiac that is best to do that other than Pisces. Because with Pisces, you're not going to expect, you don't really know what to expect from Pisces. It's good that we are a mystery. Stay strongly in your mysterious energy. It's definitely going to be beneficial for you. With the silent and watery card here, it's giving be your mysterious version of yourself. Maybe I'm thinking about hold on. Yeah, it's like in order for all of this to flow and to come to be, you must be the most mysterious version of yourself. Don't let them see you coming. You are going to be appearing in different directions and then and different places at once. It's kind of also giving like a surprise attack or a surprise counterattack. But yes, Pisces, this is definitely your comeback year. This is your year where your mysterious version is going to fulfill a lot of manifestations, a lot of blessings and wishes to be. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.